Hi y'all, today I'm going to be doing a highly requested video over how I got my lashes to be so long, thick, and full. And so basically it's going to be over Revitalash, and also I'm going to give you a little bit of a tutorial on how I do my lashes or do my mascara, that kind of stuff. I'm just going to warn y'all, I'm going to ramble in this video. I'm trying to give you all my thoughts and experiences and that kind of stuff over this product, over Revitalash, so that's why it's going to be probably a little bit long and a little rambly. I hope y'all will bear with me because all the info about Revitalash is in this video. It's just that I talk a lot. I try to give a lot of detail, so anyways, that's just my little warning. I get questions about my lashes all the time, whether it's on Instagram when I post pictures or in real life. A lot of people want to know how my lashes are so long because obviously if you've seen my videos in the past, my lashes were not as long as they are now, and people just in general are kind of like, wow, your lashes are so pretty, how do you do this? So I tell people about Revitalash all the time. Sometimes I feel like I'm a walking billboard for Revitalash because I have literally gotten so many questions about it over the past 3 years, and I've had people try it because of how my lashes look. So anyways, I just wanted to finally do a video about it and kind of give you my experiences with Revitalash. Now, I'm just going to throw out a disclaimer out there that this is just how my experience has been with the Revitalash. I'm not quite sure how it will react with your body chemistry and your biology, that kind of stuff. So it is a gamble to try it out, and that's all I can say about it. So these are just my experiences with it. I've gotten really great results with them, and that's why I wanted to share with y'all my experience today. Now, I actually was sent Revitalash 3 years ago from their PR company to try it out, and I really didn't know what to expect, and I was kind of scared because I hadn't really heard all that much about lash serums. I heard about people's eyelashes falling out and like discoloration of their eyes and that kind of stuff, so that kind of freaked me out, but I kind of was okay with just trying it and seeing what happened. I was in the middle of busy season, and I have a tendency to pick at my eyelashes when I'm bored or stressed out, or if I have mascara clumps, I'll pick at them. And so that's like an issue that I have, like a little weird habit that I have. I think at the time my lashes were kind of not that great and were very weak and that kind of stuff. So I just gave it a try just to see how it went, and I'm so glad I did because I'm literally hooked. So anyways, by the time I was ready to do a review, because it took about 6 months for me to really see dramatic results, by the time I was ready to do a review, they had stopped with the original formula, and it had turned into Nourish. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but that particular lash serum, I had heard bad reviews on that it didn't work as well as the original formula, la-di-la-di-da, so I just didn't want to do a review on something that I couldn't find and give y'all a place to go find it and get the same results. So that first bottle literally lasted me 1.5 to 2 years. Like, I'm not even kidding. And it's also because of the way that I use it. I do tend to use it every single day or every night until I see really great results with my lashes. Like, there was a point in time where my lashes would literally touch my eyebrow when I would curl them. Without me going like, you know, like really opening my eyes, they would literally be touching my eyebrows. And that was kind of crazy, so I had to lay off the Revitalash for a little bit. So once they get to a point where I want them to be, and they're full, thick, that kind of stuff, I only use it about every other night instead of every night. And how I use it, and I'm not going to actually put it on today right now because it's during the day, is after I've washed and cleansed my face, after I've put like my moisturizer and all that other stuff, I will put the Revitalash. So this is what this bottle looks like. And so this is how I do it. And so I'll take out the applicator and I'll swirl it around the edge to kind of get any excess off. And then I just do one swipe here and one swipe here on my lash line. The directions from Revitalash is to swirl it once, do it on one eye, then put it back in, swirl it, and then do the other eye. But I feel like a small amount of this stuff goes a really long way, and so that's why I feel like my original bottle lasted so long. After about 1.5 to 2 years, I ended up not being able to get any more product out of here, so I started looking for the bottle again. And so it literally was probably around 6 to 8 months or so where I wasn't using Revitalash, and it took that long for my lashes to get to a point where I was like, I need something. I'm going to freak out if they go back to how they used to be. They started to become very brittle, and they basically were going back to my original lashes. And so then I went to Nordstrom, and that's where I found this Revitalash Advanced. Now you want to make sure you get Revitalash Advanced, not the new Riche one. I don't know how that works on people, so this is just related to Revitalash Advanced. Now this little bottle is 3.5 milliliters, ml, and this was $150. I know that sounds really crazy and really expensive, but lash extensions are normally $125 or more to get them done. Whoa, my voice went away. Eyelash extensions are normally around $125 or more to get them done, and that's just like a one-time thing where you'd have to keep getting it refilled, that kind of stuff. This bottle will probably last me at least 6 months, if not longer. And these are your natural lashes, so obviously I feel like the benefit outweighs the cost, accountant in me. So I do believe that they're not allowed to sell this in California or something like that because of some kind of active ingredient in it. I'm not quite sure what that active ingredient is, but surely that means that it works really well if they're having to ban it from certain states. I don't know. Anyways, that's where I bought mine from. Some of the experiences with Revitalash. So when I first started using it, I noticed that my lashes were starting to fall out. I know that's a really scary thing because at one point I felt like I had no eyelashes on my eye back when the very first time I used Revitalash, and it was really freaky at first. And so I think it was like maybe a week or two where I had very sparse lashes and they were very short, and so I was kind of freaked out about it, but I was too busy working to really care all that much, or like to really freak out. So I just kept using it every single night and just hoped that things would get better. And eventually at one point in time, you just all of a sudden will just be like, wow, my lashes are really long, they're really thick, and that's kind of how it came about for me. I didn't notice any discoloration in my eyes at all. The only thing that I noticed obviously was the lashes, my original lashes falling out, and when they were growing back in, there were times when I felt like my lash line was a little itchy, and I feel like my theory is that the lashes were coming in thicker because they are thicker than my original lashes. I feel like the circumference of my lash is thicker than my original lashes, like they're going in a lot thicker. And so I feel like my lash line would be itchy because they're trying to come in and they're so thick coming out of the little lash hole. I don't know exactly. This is just my opinion and my thoughts on it. But anyways, they started to kind of itch a little bit. You kind of just have to get past that, and then eventually they will just grow in and will be amazing. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen a picture one day, like randomly, where I was just like, I'm posting this picture because this is like the first day where I've noticed really intense results where my lashes are more full and they are getting long, that kind of stuff. So I'll share some pictures on the before and after, like my original lashes and how they've progressed and where they're at now. They're still growing even more. I've been using this since the end of October, so I think October 31st is when I first started using this new bottle, and I've already started seeing results. So it's been less than 2 months, but also it's because I've been using it for so long. So my advice to you would be, if you try it out, be patient with it and give it several months before you think that it doesn't work for you. I've seen reviews where people were like, after so and so many weeks, I haven't seen any results, and made my lashes fall out, blah blah blah, and you just have to kind of get past that. And hopefully if you are persistent with it and consistent and fight through the whole lashes falling out, itchy eyelash, lash line, that kind of stuff, hopefully you will get as dramatic results as I've gotten. Now, I have not noticed like my eyelashes never coming in, so if you have a concern about that, My experience has been that when I stopped using Revitalash, I still had my natural lashes from like the very beginning. So it's not like it completely ruins your eyelashes, at least not with me. I just wanted my eyelashes to continue to be as intense as I've been used to. So that is my personal experience with Revitalash. I personally promote this to my friends and to anyone who asks me because it has worked so well for me. I'm not getting paid to talk about this or anything like that. Obviously, I bought this bottle for $150 myself, so I just wanted to share how I got my lashes to look the way they do. I'm also going to show right after this how I do my mascara and curl my lashes, that kind of stuff, just so that for those of you who do not have super long lashes or super full lashes can see a way to make them look more full, because I use this routine even before I use Revitalash, and so I just want to kind of put it out there in a video where if you ever have a question you can go here. So anyways, that is pretty much my review on Revitalash. I've just finished washing my face and putting on my moisturizer and eye cream. Normally in the mornings I do my eyes first. I feel like right after I've washed my face and I've gotten some of that, heated water onto my lashes, I feel like they're a lot more pliable and I can work with them a lot better. Normally once they've dried and aren't as soft, if they dry in like a scraggly kind of way, it kind of stays that way. So I feel like when I do it first thing in the morning, they will be more cooperative and will want to hold a curl better than if I did it a little bit later. So that's my reasoning behind it. So today I'm just going to keep it really simple. I'm not going to put any actual like liner on my lash line, just so that you guys can really see how my lashes look on their own. Not on their own, but just so there's no distractions from the lashes, since that's the purpose of this video. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm talking too much and my lashes are going to go crazy. So normally first I will line my lashes. Since I'm not doing that today, I'm going to skip that step. And what I am going to do first is curl my lashes. This is my Shiseido lash curler. I've been using this for years now. I used to use a Tarte one. If you used to watch my old videos, you would have seen it. I don't use that anymore. I feel like this one, I don't know, I like this one, so that's why I use it. So since my upper lashes are a little bit longer, they tend to like to get in the way of they like to hang out with the lower lashes, so I have to kind of move them up and kind of hold my lower lash line away from my lashes so that I make sure I curl every one of them. And so I'm at the base of my lashes and I am just squeezing it a few times. And if you don't get them all, that's fine. I try my best to, but sometimes they just don't cooperate. So that's the first eye. And here I'll do the second. So I really try to get as close to my lash line as possible. I only do it right there at right at my lash line. I don't like, move it up and curl. That's not what I like, how I like my lashes to look. I like my lashes to look like just up there. So that's why I do it this way. So now I feel like my lashes are where I want them to be curl-wise. So the next thing that I do to make my lashes look thicker is that I tight line my upper waterline. So I always use my Black Track Fluid line and a tapered liner brush, and this is I think it's a 209. The numbers have kind of come off after a while. It takes practice. I know it's kind of scary sometimes since you're so close to your eyeball when you're doing this, but just practice a lot and it'll eventually be a lot, like, really easy for you to do. So by doing this, it just gives you the illusion of having thicker lashes. And so I don't know if you can tell a difference. So This eye here has been tightlined, this one hasn't. I feel like it just gives more definition to the lashes, so that's why I like to do this. And I mean, I will never skip this step. So I'll do the other eye. And you can also try to get the liner in between your lashes as well. And so these are actually the steps that I used to take even before my lashes were really long. This is what I would do just to make my lashes look a little bit more defined and thick, that kind of thing. So now we're going to go in and do mascara. This is what takes me the longest when I'm getting ready in the morning, because I take my time doing this because I want my lashes to be the focal point of my face, my eyes, pretty much. So anyway, so I'm going to talk through one eye, and then the other eye I'll just fast forward through so I can go into detail, and this video won't be super long. So as always, I use a mascara base. This is Shiseido's Nourishing Mascara Base, and I've been using this for so many years. I've probably been using Shiseido mascara base for about 7 or 8 years now, and so this is obviously an investment to buy every 3 months or so. And for the mascara, I'm using Max Zoom Fast Black Lash. Really, I haven't found a mascara that doesn't go well with the Shiseido mascara base. The base just gives that mascara something to hold on to, and it makes your lashes look more plump and longer and that kind of stuff. So I haven't used a drugstore mascara though. Maybe that'll be my next try, because some of the mascaras I buy are kind of expensive, so I'm gonna try it out and see what happens. I go in first with the mascara base. That's what I'm gonna do first. And so I go in and just coat my lashes, and I really do take my time when I do this. And this one's gotten a little bit dry, so I probably should start using my new one, but that's okay. So that's the one eye with the mascara base. I feel like the base kind of acts as glue almost, like it sticks your lashes in the curl that you want it to be in, or however you curled it. And so now this is the mascara. And so the motions that I'm making, I'm doing like upward motions, and then sometimes I'll wiggle it. It just kind of just depends on how my lashes are going that day. Like today there's a lash that is being annoying, so I'm having to try to grab him. Okay, and then also I try to make sure I get the outer edge of my eye. That guy's clumping. Okay, so there is the finished eye. So this one, obviously I have mascara on. This one I do not. So it might have been helpful if I had zoomed y'all in earlier anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and do this eye. I'm not going to talk through it. I'm just going to do it and let y'all see it, and kind of fast forward as well to make it a little bit faster. So here we go. Okay, so that eye is finished, and also because of my lashes being so long, sometimes I tend to get mascara on my eyelid. So I'm going to go in with a Q-tip in a little bit and I'll fix that. Now I'm just going to go and do my foundation, all that other good stuff, and then I will come right back and we'll do our lower lash line together. Sorry I'm so close up today. I just want y'all to really be able to see my eyelashes, so that's why we are super up close today. Alright, so my lower lash line, what I end up doing is I use my Shiseido mascara base and then the mascara. Not like how I did it on my upper lashes because I'm not trying to hold in any curl or anything like that. So I'm just going to go in and do mascara base on both lashes or on both eyes and then the mascara on both. I do take my time as well on this one because I feel like it opens up the eye really well. So I hit each lash. And then I'm going to go in with the mascara. I hope this video was helpful for y'all. This is the routine that I've been using on my lashes for such a long time, even before I started using Revital Lash, just to help my lashes look thicker and fuller. So hopefully I've given y'all some new things to try out. Definitely recommending Shiseido Mascara Base. It is my holy grail item. Seriously, I've been using it for so long now. I've been using it for 7 or 8 years. And the Revital Lash I've been using for about 3 years. So hopefully this video was helpful for y'all. If there's any questions that y'all have that I didn't hit on today, definitely leave them in the comments below and I will respond to them. Obviously, lashes are like my favorite thing. Anything I can do to help y'all achieve the lash result that y'all want, I'm definitely here for y'all. And yeah, so hopefully this was helpful and I will see y'all in my next video.